Once in a while, I get to cut twine when I put bales in, too. Oh, hello, Amy. How is Amy? 14AY, one of Brooks' old show cows. Her and a couple others were purchased from a gentleman that had a ranch just over the hill from us, toward Yam Hill. He passed away from cancer. So, the Goslin girls showed a set of heifers from him at the fair in remembrance of him the year that he passed. I don't know, 511C. Yeah, not a bad looking heifer. She's somewhat inquisitive. I offered her my hand and she doesn't back off, she just doesn't get close. An 023 with horns. But we can catch that one a little sooner, paste him and be done. Sad thing is, a lot of these, if we do pop up with horns, there's no nubbins early. You don't know it. 224. Good looking little boy. They're getting to look a little scruffy, but most of them are still looking really good. And the cows are still milking, which surprises me. As dry as the grass is, and they ain't got nothing. Who are you? Looks like it says 241. And 73A there, the little boy. That's Snickers' calf. Not that she's fell on her face again this year, but she's definitely showing her age with what she's doing. Because I don't think he's that young. I don't remember though. He may be. So, there's a little bit for you this morning. Some of them are still in the barn finishing up grain. Speaking of Snickers, there she is. Yeah, she still looks like she's milking good. Hey, must be the bull right there. He's got a funny looking udder. I know where to pee from back there. Okay. I'll let you go for now. Get this kind of stuff done before it gets warm enough to combine, and get this done now, and we can get the auger put in place. Once it's in, we can't get in our normal way to here. Once the auger's in, we got to come in the other side of the bin and then come through that gate right there to get into here. So, but it works one way or the other. Oh, sitting over here talking with number one for a couple minutes, and look over on the neighbor's fence, and there's this bird that looked kind of like a hawk, kind of like yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and she says, no, that wasn't one of our normal ones. Never seen it before. So she looked it up. A northern harrier. It is a member of the hawk family. What she could tell looking it up, it's a female. We've never, ever seen one of those around here before, to the best of my knowledge. It says they're native to Canada and the northernmost states. And it says they eat rodents. So hey, I hope she sticks around and eats some rodents. That's some nice looking stuff, isn't it? But it's full. Yeah. It's almost a little over full, but it's leaning toward that corner, so that's okay. This is going to be the auger tractor. I'll put Odie to work. We put Odie to work last year doing that too. One more bale to feed. Get the belts on the auger, get it run out. Open the bin, get the auger set up. Finish getting the trucks ready. Won't take too long, I hope. And by then, be warm enough. Dew will be off. That's the bad thing. We're getting cool enough nights now. It's a heavier dew, and the dew isn't getting clear off until like 10 o'clock. And the field we're starting with is on the west side of the hill, so it may be lunchtime before we can start there with some of the way that field lays. And skid steer's sitting there to drag that thing out. It might go on the international. We got to get some feed ground. Get the combine going, and then I'll probably get some feed ground. I got one tote of leftover screenings from last year. Or maybe I guess that's a tote from when we cleaned seed this spring. I'll figure out where it's from. Either way, it's going to get ground up. Throw some barley in there and some of the other feed in it. And at least get a couple of totes full of feed. That'll get by for a while. Till we have time to do the screenings we're gonna make. Hopefully we can keep things pretty clean. We'll see. It's in place. That's the only definitive thing. It's getting the rest of this crap set up. Because the cleaner comes off there. Then the auger for underneath the trailer comes off there. And screenings auger comes off the cleaner. You know, nothing like having a lot of room to do it. Pain in my ass. And of course you never remember what it was last time. You screw with it and screw with it and screw with it and hope you got it where you can get the truck in to unload it. Welcome to my world. I hate this crap. So nice to have like a 10-inch auger, and I would seriously mount it to the side of the building and run it up above probably the center bin and run drops into those other two, well, all three. That'd be so much nicer. The only one that would be a bitch would be that bin. And worst comes to worst, that's what you keep this one for, because it's a straight shot. Oh well. We'll see what we end up with when we get it done. Told you she was ugly. A little roofing tin and a lot of caulking to seal this front up. We actually sectioned a piece out on the backslide. Yeah, way too much fertilizer over the years. If I could afford to, I'd replace this thing. I really would. But I can't. A little end dump would be nice. But, you know, or even a chain floor, belt floor. They're all expensive. Do a quick view for you. And there's a good look at what we're dealing with. This piece has a bunch of grass in it. It's volunteer from last year. We disked it behind the combine because when we combined it was 105 to 110 degrees with no cooling in sight. And I forgot to drop the ground chain. Oh well, we'll be alright. Lots of guys don't even run them. That's why I wanted to get up here a little sooner. There's still oats here, but most of it's underneath the grass that's gone down. Only reach down so low to get it, especially on disc ground that's looked kind of rough. So I'm going to let you go because this gets steeper than shit. As in, I'm already sucking the seat up my backside. I told you it wasn't pretty. We're in the lower part of the field now. It's always been full of ryegrass. Grass ain't bad of it this year. It's also the best oats, but most of it's laying down. And we're skimming the ground. That up there is even worse. And yeah, wild radish is busy. In bloom and in green pods, so there's pretty good sized areas where there's some oats, but the green pods are so thick in it that we're just skipping over it because we can't get the green pods out. And I'm skipping too much right here, trying to hold the phone and steer the wheel and run the header at the same time. And of course there's two landlords here, and the one landlord has a burn pile that's usually next to where we bring the trucks in. Yeah, this year it's right straight in the way. So I don't know how I'm going to get the trucks in, other than we may just block the road. I'm sure some a-hole will call me and bitch because I'm blocking the road. Well, you know, if the county wouldn't take culverts out when you have culverts to get into a field, we wouldn't block the road. But, you know, most of them don't have a clue. Hey, look at that. I got another hand running the wheel now. So there's Between these two properties, it's all connected in one field. There's right at 40 acres. We got 2 rounds. The only good thing is, it's a little dusty, but looks like pretty good oats in the bin. And the bad thing is, I don't know that we're going to get, we're going to get a ton to the acre. We might only get, probably 1,200 pounds to the acre. Really, probably not that, because there's a bunch of this we're just going to skip over.
And people screw around in our field.
I found a bunch of 4-wheeler tracks out here, some 2-wheeler tracks.
End up in the corner, entire place.
And the corner up here ahead of us, where our field meets the work ground right there. Yeah, somebody chose to run a little bush hog along the fence line on the neighbors up there, but they came out into the corner of our field, turned around, and wiped out a bunch. And the damn grey diggers. There's about 10 big grey digger mounds along the outside pass up there. And the corner and along these little trees here, they did a good job of eating. But, yeah, that is what it is. Kind of hard to control them when nobody else tries to. So, maybe some more later. Look, we're racing. Now that number 1 dig over. We're running right on the freaking ground to get that crap. And it makes for a slow process, and you can see, we're on a smooth driveway too, but you can see she's bouncing a bit. Because this was all disc to the left. It's all volunteer. And the worst thing is, you can't see it in the picture, there's some green stuff in there. It's that wild radish. And a lot of it's in nice green pods, and it all goes into the bin, and you can't clean it out. So, yeehaw. That's not her first time. She's been busy. All she's got left is this hill down to those tall trees right there, and then it necks up down behind those trees. Finish her tonight. And I'm up here with this. And yes, my bolt tires are being an issue. Well, I had a trouble getting that thing in and turning around. This stuff's slick. Plus it was broke up, last fall and not planted. So I'll probably leave you here. I just stopped because I had to switch remotes. The one I was having trouble with on the baler, that was a new used valve a year ago, because this thing wouldn't raise the disc. Guess what? It'll raise it, but it's so slow it's not funny. So I just switched remotes. Now it'll come up. It'll even come up all the way. Way better. Too bad they don't make new parts. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had to get a used one. And I'm probably going to let you go at this point. It's a little after 5 o'clock on, well, it'd be the 3rd Monday for the week, right? That's what I'm saying. Didn't have what I needed, all kinds of stuff. I needed to put some tape and some spots on the side racks on the other truck, and yeah, it didn't have any tape at all. There's something there now, I just got to get back to do it. And I might not bother, we'll see. Because I think it'll all fit on the load she's got, the truck she's got. She was worried about maybe needing the other one, and I don't know, we'll see. Maybe she'll go until she can't, and we'll bring the other truck up and go from there. Our next move is straight through the other side of that tree. You can kind of see a field in the branches in the middle of the screen. Yeah, that's where we're going from here. And it looked better a month ago than, kind of like this looked better a month ago, but unfortunately it gets late and stuff starts going down, and with the winds we've had and the hot temps, everything just snapped off when the wind hit it, or a lot of it. She's been scraping the ground for most of it. And FYI, she hates going down the hill over there. And for the first round, when I took it down there, the back end wasn't touching the ground very well. And that's what you do when you got lots of money. New people bought the place in there, got rid of a bunch of walnut trees, and I hate to guess what they got into those two buildings that are there. One of them is just an arena, one of the biggest arenas I've ever seen, and the other is the horse barn, and it's all fancy by the looks of it. And you pay over $1 million for a small place. And I don't know what they actually had it listed for. I don't remember, but anything around here goes for more than what it's listed for because people get in bidding wars. Place across, excuse me, across the road down here, we used to farm. People went to sell it. It wasn't even on the market for an hour, and they had like 20 bids. And the first one says, I'll give you $100 grand more than you're asking. When it was said and done, they got over twice what they were asking, and they were asking the high side of market at the time. It's crazy. Oh well. Hey, hit the like if you haven't. Subscribe. That'd be good. Then maybe YouTube will let you know when I put a video up. They've been pretty crappy at that lately. And we're going to leave you there. So thanks for watching, everybody.